Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Meal Kit number 112 for August 4th to the 6th. Thanks so much for ordering this week, and thanks for letting us be a part of your special celebration at home. We have a slightly more complicated dinner tonight, but I promise it's going to be well worth the trouble. It's amazing. There's so many little components, so very important. Please pay attention to the color coding on the tops of your ramekins, to the colors that are in your finishing instructions so that you can make sure to grab the right things for the right courses. So we've got our duck confit, which is like my desert island food. I've gone ahead and I put that in the oven. It's going to go for 18 minutes at 450 degrees or 425 if, like me, you have a convection oven. I also have done the harissa crusted chickpeas. So I've tossed those with olive oil, salt, and pepper. Excuse me. And they are going in a baking sheet also on parchment paper, and they're going to be in there for 20 minutes. Make sure you time it so that the chickpeas come out when they're crispy, but before you broil the duck. So that's why I put them in 2 minutes early so that I can pull those out just when the duck is ready to broil the skin nice and crisp. So why don't we go ahead and jump in on the appetizer. So you want to get a pan medium hot, and a non-stick pan is a good one. And we're going to do 1 tablespoon, of neutral oil, in my case, grapeseed oil, but you can use canola oil or vegetable oil. And we've got these 2 lovely pieces of halloumi there for our 2 people. Excuse me. And then we've got this Cajun spice. So you can sprinkle it. That's probably going to be the best way to do it on both sides. Now, the Cajun spices looks very similar to the harissa, which is on the chickpea. So make sure that you follow the color coding. I believe that the harissa has a purple sticker on it, where the Cajun spice doesn't have any sticker on it in terms of the color coding. And there's more of this. When in doubt, there's going to be more of the Cajun spice than the harissa. And you can smell it as well. The smell of the harissa is really coming through. It's this beautiful Middle Eastern aromatic that is coming out of my oven right now and making me really happy. Okay, so we've got this going on. Make sure the pan is nice and hot, medium, and you can tap this off so that it's nicely coated. And there we go. 3 minutes on each side. Let me get rid of this extra stuff. Until a nice golden brown crust has shown up. I might need my little towel, so I'm going to keep it handy. And then, in the meantime, we've got our habanero lime vinaigrette. We're going to use half of it, So it's going to be green where the lemon one is more yellow, which, surprise, surprise. So we're going to toss the spinach in the mixing bowl with half the dressing, then the pearl onions, cauliflower. We've got these nice little shavings of cauliflower. They gave me too much, so I'm only going to use part of them. And that's why we do these videos, to make sure we're sending the right amount. And the pickled pearl onions and the sunflower seeds. Let me get this right. Yeah, with half the dressing, because the other half of the dressing is going to be around the plate. So give that a nice mix and throw some salt and pepper in there as well. Give that a nice stir. Yeah, very exciting. I got 2 menus this week. So tonight I'm doing our regular meal kit, and then tomorrow night I'm doing our Big Night In kit, which has a lobster tartine and a Beverly Creek ribeye steak. I am so excited. So if you've tried this one, make sure to try our Big Night In, which runs through the first week of September, because I'm away on vacation the last week of August, first week of September, so I'm not around to do the video for you guys. So that's why we wanted to extend it by an extra week. Okay, so I'm sure that this is ready, so I can just use my tongs here. Give it a turn. I maybe left that a little bit long, so I'm going to turn the heat down on this. So it's supposed to be golden brown, and that's more of a dark brown, but that's okay. That's my Julia Child moment, for those of you who know about that. And we're going to make sure the other side is not quite so done. Okay, so we're going to put the spinach salad in the middle of the plate, then top with the sunflower seeds, then halloumi. Well, the sunflower seeds we mixed in fact, so I'm just going to change that in the directions because we had the sunflower seeds twice in there. So the spinach salad with the cauliflower and the onions, the center, and we always do the halloumi sort of cut on a bias. Make it really nice and pretty because why not? All right, got all the goodness there. And then we're going to drizzle the remaining dressing around the plate. There you go, because it's super pretty. We're going to clean up the plate, but I'm going to keep the tongs because I need those for the halloumi. Let me make sure I'm not burning it on the other side. That is better, but with the Cajun spice, it's actually going to be a little bit darker. Now, I'm going to get my main course pan ready. So same, 1 tablespoon of canola oil or grapeseed oil per person. I thought I didn't need a knife today, but I guess I do because I want to cut this in triangles. Yeah, so I don't think this is burnt. I think it's just the Cajun spice that has some really nice color. Set it up in nice triangles there. Very nice. Don't forget to clean up the sides. And there we have our Cajun spiced halloumi with spinach, pickled pearl onions, sunflower seeds, cauliflower, and habanero lime vinaigrette. Yeah, I think my son and wife are going to really enjoy that one. Okay. Now this guy, medium high, I think, for preheated pan, medium high heat, exactly. I'm going to go to high just to make sure that we get it nice there, and then I'll turn it down a little bit. So the zucchini is going in there, and it's going to go for 5 minutes, give or take. Make sure I don't have it too high. And we want to get our corn and tomatoes ready nearby. We've got a radicchio that I have already put into a bowl. And let's see, in the lemon vinaigrette, salt and pepper. This is too much, by the way, you're going to get less because you only need 2 ounces of this for the amount of radicchio you should be getting. And don't forget the salt and pepper. Give that a nice little stir. And if you do this early, and I'm actually going to do that, encourage you to toss this earlier because the vinaigrette is going to break down the radicchio a little bit so that it's not too firm and not too bitter because the acidity and the salt and pepper will temper some of the bitterness from the radicchio. By the way, the appetizer wine, I'm a huge fan of. So this is a Gewürztraminer estate. It's only from their estate vineyards from Cave Spring Cellars in the Beansville Bench. And it is lovely. Very aromatic, almost a little marzipan-y and nutty, and it's not sweet the way a lot of people think of a Gewürztraminer because Niagara has the ability to impart some nice acidity to balance off the richness that would normally come from Gewürztraminer. It's going to be fabulous with the halloumi. Connor, our wine director, was on vacation last week, or actually competing for the sommelier for a sommelier test down in Texas, and so I got to choose all the wines. So I'm really excited about this. Okay, so make sure that I'm doing this up nice, and until the alarm goes off. Hey Google, how much time's left in the timer? Perfect timing. So I'm going to cancel this, and I'm going to broil. Hey Google, off. And we're going to broil for 5 minutes. Hey Google, set a timer for 5 minutes. Okay, because we don't want the chickpeas to burn. So by the way, the duck confit is not on the top rack, but the one below, because you want a nice crispy skin broil, but you don't want them to burn and have the splatter go on the element at the top. So don't do that. Okay, so while that's happening, I am going to hook up our dessert, which unfortunately I moved this around a little bit too much, but the blueberry tart is looking good. So it's a blueberry and lime tart that goes in the center of a bowl or a plate. And it's from the fridge. Make sure to have it chilled. And then we're gonna top it with the blueberry coulis. So you're thinking, make sure to toss this around, which I am. And in one more minute, we're gonna put in the corn. So the coulis is a little firm, so I might actually change the directions to bring the coulis out of the fridge early so that it is more soft and easy to work with. Very nice. Okay. Corn's going in. Tomatoes are going in. And don't forget the 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter per person. Give that a little stir. Got a lot of ramekins this week. Sorry about that. Make sure to rinse them off and put them in the recycling. Okay. Now we've got the pistachio granola. What you can do is sort of crunch it up a little bit. And that is one good looking dessert. It's got all the things that we want in dessert. Sweet, tart, crunchy, nutty, beautiful, delicious. All right, let's get the main course finishing up. So salt and pepper on the veg. All right, we can get rid of that. And we got rid of that because we've already used all that we need. And so in plating, we're going to do the radicchio first. Chefs always like it in a line. So see if you can do this on a bigger plate. So you can see all the colors, but use your creativity. That's the best part about cooking, is that you can make your own gorgeous palette. And let me tell you about the red wine tonight, by the way, which is awesome. It's a Gamay Noir from Broken Stone Vineyards, and our manager Candice at Becca is actually the winemaker here, and she does an amazing job. Gamay Noir, one of my favorite grapes, traditional in Beaujolais, but in this case it's from Prince Edward County, right nearby. And we needed something really bright and fresh, not too heavy, to go with our duck confit. The classic match is Beaujolais, so why not do it? Okay, so next up, we're going to do the veg, and then we're going to top the veg with the crispy chickpeas, and then we're going to plate the duck in the center and drizzle the salsa verde around the plate. So let's get the right, I've got a spoon here, allows me to take it without taking all of the oil and butter. But if you like that kind of stuff, by all means, throw it down. What a gorgeous, summery dish. Yeah, and we're tapping our favorite farmers, favorite local farmers, Acorn Creek and Rideau Pines, this amazing bounty of produce. Crispy chickpeas next. Let's see how hot this is, not too bad. And sprinkle those right on the veg, and that's going to give a really nice crunch and a little bit of carb to the plate. And listen, if you guys don't like harissa, if you don't like that exotic flavor, Middle Eastern flavor, you can skip the harissa and just roast the chickpeas with the oil and salt and pepper. And they're also delicious just on their own. Hopefully my timer is going to go off just when I'm finished this. It's going to be close. Hey Google, off. Look at that. I'm getting pretty good at this whole timing thing. Hey Google, off. Oh man, this is looking nice. All right. So, duck confit like that. I'm going to leave some space for my salsa verde. Get rid of the hot pan. A spoon. Got my plating spoons. Make sure to give this a little stir to get the oil accumulated. And again, you're probably going to get a little less salsa verde than I have. The chefs always want me to feel a sense of abundance, and we can always scale back. Keep the chickpeas out of that. All right. Clean up the plate. The chickpeas are awesome, but they have a little bit color that dances around. So there is our duck confit from Rougy Farms with the local asparagus, corn, tomatoes, harissa crusted chickpeas, radicchio with the lemon vinaigrette, and our salsa verde. I hope you love your meal. Thanks so much for watching. I always really appreciate it. Please send us feedback and thoughts and comments, good, bad, otherwise. We'd love to hear about it. yum@becta.com. And I really hope we get a chance to cook and curate for you again